New home starts are down across the country. What's that mean for our housing market? Real estate expert Rick Sadle with Keller Williams Realty and SadleRealEstate.com is with us once again. Rick, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
All right, new numbers. Let's talk about it. The May new homes report is out. What does it say?
Well, before I answer that, I got to give some context. Let's remember it's been estimated we're somewhere between 3 and 6 million homes shy of having enough homes for everybody who needs to live them. It's still kind of a hangover effect from the last crash. In essence, we had a lost decade of building and we don't have enough houses, right? It's one of the biggest reasons housing prices have stayed as high as they have. We just don't have enough houses. So we all watched the new homes report, us in the industry, with bated breath, right? And basically, this newest one says new home sales are down. In fact, 11% from the prior month, they're down. Not only that, but U.S. housing starts, which is a measure of how many people, how many new houses are being built or started, they fell 5.5% last month, which is super unfortunate because we need every new house that we can to be built.
Got it. Yeah, you addressed the sales and the starts. So thanks for doing that. What do you think some of the larger factors are here as to why housing starts are down so sharply?
Well, as we talked about in other ways, mortgage rates have a lot to do with it, right? Rates went up quite a bit in May, which slowed down some demand. It also kind of hammered at builder sentiment, right? Builders got less sure about the market, so they slowed down in what they're building. So new housing starts fell. Not only that, but the higher interest rates made it more expensive to build houses, right? All of that, along with the continuing labor shortage, which makes labor more expensive, is just making it slower and more expensive to build new homes. All that together means we get fewer new homes built.
Sidebar here, Rick. Don't you think this starter home, the market is so good? They get snapped up left and right. The 3 bedroom, 2 bath starter home situation. Why aren't those being built in mass?
Well, I think that also has a lot to do with interest rates, right? It's so expensive to build homes right now that they're not as able to make as much profit, right? There's a certain level you have to build in order to make profit. And I think the problem is starter homes are just too expensive to keep in that starter home price range right now.
Sure, it's easy to say we want them, but the builder has to do it, and it has to be developed and all that. What about the government, federal government here, Rick? Do you see them getting involved in any way?
Well, potentially, yes. I think like as we've talked about, interest rates have a lot to do with it. Federal government is talking about what did they say recently? I think Janet Yellen announced they're providing $100 million in funding for affordable housing. Now, $100 billion sounds like a lot, but that's not it's not going to make a huge dent in what our challenge is in terms of lack of inventory right now. So that's great, but it's not enough. It'll help, but it's not enough.
All right, excellent info on this report for new houses. Rick, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
That is Rick Sadle, real estate expert with Keller Williams Realty and SadleRealEstate.com.